Hi there, my name's Andrew Adams and here we are today on another Parker Adams walkthrough tour. We've decided to be a little bit different with this one. So we are on board a beautiful Prestige 460, just leaving Port Solent, heading out into the Solent to do drone videos. We thought, why not do a walkthrough tour while we're underway? This boat has got so many features, benefits, fantastic parts to show you, and a lot of that is around great big vast expanses of windows. So on this walkthrough tour, rather than having a boring marina view, you'll actually be able to see the water going past. So really excited to bring you this boat. So what I'm going to do, Jonathan is here filming with me today. Hello. And Jonathan is going to take over at a few different points. I'll hand the camera over, so we'll do a joint video on this one. But let's start off on the stern. So when talking about boats, this boat is only a couple of years old. So it's a 2021 model year boat, built in 2020, which means it's still under its manufacturer's 3-year warranty. Now, this boat is packed full of features, and I don't think you could find one that's got more option boxes ticked. And that starts right at the stern. So this boat has got a hydraulic platform on the stern. Now, what that means, it goes all the way down into the water, and this tender, which is on the back here, which is not actually included in the sail but could be negotiated separately, goes down into the water and literally floats off the chocks. Then, when you finish playing around in a bay, you pop the tender back on and lift it back out of the water. So it's incredibly easy. No faffing around lifting things on passerelles or hurley davits. Hydraulic platforms are so simple. So that's a great feature right at the back. As you step on, you'll see you've got fantastic access all the way through. Nice big wide full teak cockpit space. You've got a transom gate here which can keep stray dogs or children inside while you're going along, and then the controls for the hydraulic platform are here. Whilst looking at the back, you may have noticed there's a lovely sign. The boat's name is called Saturn, and the sign there is illuminated at the back, and that complements the underwater lights that are also on board this boat. In terms of the seating area at the back, I really like the fact we were in Düsseldorf just a couple of weeks ago, and we noticed that a lot of the new modern boats have actually gone away from the leather etched style, both interior and exterior with fabrics, and these fabrics are sort of taken over, and I have to say it does make the whole outside space feel much more cosy. These are a really good hard-wearing fabric that's both suitable for indoor and outdoor use. And then this really large dining table. So here you comfortably sit, I think 6 people around here. You can also have a couple of seats, and this of course is on a hydraulic lift. So this table can go all the way down, and in one of the cabins that I'll show you in a moment down below, there's a big large sun pad infill, so this whole section here would turn into a cabin space. And while talking about cabins, of course, there's lots of them on board this boat. The Prestige 460 came with 3 or 2 cabin options. Now, I think this boat is just a brilliant family boat. So for me, the 3 cabin option is really the best one to have. But we don't stop there, because this boat not only is a 3 cabin layout, but there's also a crew cabin. Now, you access that crew cabin through here. Now, at the moment, this is as many crew cabins are, full of fenders, lots and lots of things, but just down in there isn't the heads in it, but you've got a bed, so you've got the option of having an extra person down below if you wanted. Other features that are around the cockpit space is you've got an ice maker, which is just down there underneath the stairs, so that's again lovely to be able to go to a bay. You've got a 7 kilowatt generator on board this boat. Fire up the generator, and then of course all of your onboard systems will work, including your ice maker. The storage points all the way around, and you also got several washdown points on the boat. So if you're somewhere where it's difficult to get access to water, then you can plug in a hose and wash down the cockpit and also the bow area as well. The boat's powered by twin D6 IPS 600s, each developing 440 horsepower, and they're all nestled underneath there. Because we're going along, I'll keep that engine bay closed, but you can see here how spacious it is down below in the engine bay. Very easy, with nice engines to work on, with space both forward and backwards of the engines because of these IPS systems. So let's step inside. The style of boating, there's been a change really in the last 10 years where Flybridges, we were on a Phantom 46 yesterday, and that was a much more traditional layout where you have the galley area sunk down on the port hand side, but more modern boats tend to put the galley at the back, and this is a great example of that there, where the galley is moved right to the back, which actually I think is a much more social place to be, because then it frees all this area up for living, but you've still got a direct contact with people on both sides of the seating arrangements. So in terms of the galley, it's well appointed, and you've got a twin electric hob. You've got a lovely feature down here which we like, which is a dishwasher. I've not seen one that size before. It's almost like a sort of letterbox dishwasher, but it's really handy to have that dishwasher just in there. and then lots and lots of storage space. So you've got cupboards which are all the way around. There's bin in there, storage all nicely located on both sides, and then storage all the way across the top. And then on the other side, you've got a combi oven, which again can be powered from the generator. And then you've got a really good sized large fridge and a freezer compartment there as well. So everything that you'd need.
Nice to see a proper fridge freezer.
It is actually, isn't it? Yeah, actually you've closed the door on that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to do a little magical mystery tour, because I've not opened this one yet, but I'm guessing that in here will be a really nice large sized lazarette. See if I'm right or wrong. So just push that and lift it up. And it is a large size lazarette. So all of your kitchen appliances can be put in there. I'm now pretending like I knew it was there all along. You've got your kitchen appliances, your toaster, your drainage, good use of storage boxes just to keep everything neat and tidy in there. Close that back up again. Just drop that back down. Okay, so as we move through, you've got these two little steps, very shallow steps, which move up into this really, really lovely large seating area. I like the little touches that you've got the LED strip lights that run throughout the ceiling, you've got a smoke detector, and you've got a really powerful Fusion sound system on this boat. So you've got a couple of Fusion head units on the boat, separated off into zones, and I've noticed some subs as well as speakers. So sitting in a bay, listening to your music would be really quite special on this boat. I mentioned about the trend with more modern boats to move away from the leather, and this is very true on this boat. So you've got this really nice fabric, which again cozies the inside of this, and I like the touches, the designer colours here that just break up the interior really nicely. The table is also a really nice design. The table has got the ability just to, I'll just pull this pin down here, the table spins around, you don't get it the wrong way around, the table spins around that way, and then opens up, so you've got a really good sized dining space there if you were to have a good 8 friends on board for a good sit down meal. Put another couple of chairs here. It's a really good spacious table there. Spin that back round, and seating here for another couple of people. There is an infill for this area as well, so I believe this can be made up into a double, so you've got lots and lots of sleeping options on this boat.
We like the windows.
Yeah,
they're huge blinds,
they're massive, aren't they?
You put one of these down. Really easy to use blind.
These Ocean Air blinds they're just beautifully put together. I'm assuming they're Ocean Air because they tend to be the dominant company in blinds in boats. But as you say, there's a massive amount of space on this, and we're doing a drone video now heading out of Portsmouth Harbour, and I'll just put a picture here of the overlay of this video. So I haven't taken this drone video yet, but I'm going to show it because it's going to be a good video. And here you can see the pictures of the boat going along here in the Solent, and these huge windows which just let so much light in.
We've got a TV as well, haven't we?
There isn't a TV actually.
Is there not?
No, there's not a TV. There. It was an option, so you could fit a TV. So that would
be one under here, wouldn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you could fit a TV into there, but the owner said when he's on board with his family and the children, he deliberately doesn't want to have Wi-Fi, doesn't want to have televisions. It's all about just family time being on the boat, which I respect.
Fair enough.
I
like that.
The helm position is a twin helm position, and then all of your controls are easily to hand. You've got your IPS joystick, of course there's one upstairs on the fly as well, and then your Volvo Penta EDC controls here as well. Now this boat is also fitted with a joystick. So when IPS drives first came out, they didn't tend to have a joystick option, but I think as a redundancy, just in case there's ever an issue with the IPS, having a joystick is really, really good. The boat's got electronic trim tabs, and then you've got twin Axiom 12-inch plotters, which just look fantastic here. Volvo Penta digital dashes and autopilot as well. The wheel is really nice. You've got a nice quality wheel there, leather bound, and of course all the latest Raymarine VHF system as well. And if you want to get access to outside, all you need to do is press this button. Press the button, and the window slides out there, and then you've got easy access just to peer out there, see how close you are to your mooring, etc. Just close that back up again. Always look towards you for helm positioning and what you think about. What are your thoughts to the layout of everything?
Well, I really like driving down below on Flybridges, especially in the winter months, and so I always look for visibility. Yep. And with the windows, it's excellent. The doors open up at the back, as you can see, so you can actually see from the helm position. If Andrew was looking backwards now, he can see all the way out to the rear, and then with these large windows around the side, you get a really good visibility as you're going along. So it is a really good position. It's also important to point out that It has the IPS drives.
I'll put you on camera for a second.
Thank you. It has the IPS drives, but it has the backup of a bow thruster as well.
Yeah.
So you do have that backup. And also we've got radar as well. So we've got a Doppler 2 radar on the top as well as it's got AIS. So it's got AIS built in, and obviously you'll see when we go up on the Flybridge the equipment up there as well. But I really like the down position. It's also something I think about because I drive down below. It's also got demisters.
Oh, nice.
So it's got 2-speed, so fast and slow as well, and obviously wash wipe on the wipers. So it really is a boat you can drive comfortably down below as well.
It's funny, so often I see holes for demisters, but people don't select it on the option box. In fact, my boat's exactly the same as that, and I think that's such a shame.
You've also got the backup of a rear camera, so when you are reversing, it is hard to see the back of the boat. So you do have the back, and you can see that's the tender on the back. So when you're reversing, just for that last couple of meters,
nice.
That disappears out of your view. You can actually see. So with the joystick control, and the camera and the visibility, it's brilliant.
It's really nice. Right, I shall pass that back.
Thank you.
And we'll head downstairs. So as we go down the steps, you've got 4 steps as you come down, nice and shallow, so it's not difficult to get down the steps. And then the first thing I noticed when I came on board the boat today was that actually it seems to go on forever. In fact, what I might do is I might take the camera. Actually, yeah, let's go on. So as you come down this corridor, you've got the master cabin in the front here. Again, you've got really, really nice LED lighting, effect lighting around, strip lighting in the ceiling, then this lovely skylight all the way across here. Now the bed on this is quite clever because it's currently in an arrangement of a double bed, but actually you can see a join here, and the reason for that is you can actually split the beds so they move one to either side, and this then becomes a twin single cabin as well, which I think is a really nice flexible design. You can have a television, there's space for a television just up there, but there's no television on board this boat, but of course it could easily be added, and you've got warm air heating outlets in all of the cabins. As we look around here, you've got your standard bedside lights. The heads is a Jack and Jill heads, so as we step through into here, you've got a proper shower room. So it's got a door on it, so you can close yourself into there, and then I always refer to these. People have said in the comments actually about these comments about designer sinks. I'd say it's a designer sink, so a really nice shaped sink that sits on the top there, and of course lots of space in the cupboards in the heads as well. You've also got full-size wardrobes on each side. So as we go through here, this is the bit where I said it kind of goes on and on. It feels like you keep moving backwards. So let's start off. There is another heads in here. So this heads again has got that same lovely sink. This is what I would consider to be the day heads. So this isn't connected to the other cabin. But then down here, as I said, you've got 3 cabins. So this is the first one. We'll step into here. You've got twin beds, but of course you could fit an infill here if you wanted to. And this was one of the reasons I wanted to do this walkthrough tour going along, because look at that beautiful view. The use of these really large windows just gives such a beautiful position here. Wake up in the morning, look out to sea, and of course you've got all the switches you need there, power sockets for your phone, charging points next door, and then reading lights as well as another heating vent down there. As we come up here and come down, I thought I saw you sneaking past. Here is Mr. Parker. So here we are in the other cabin. Remember, with 3 cabin layout this boat, and what we've done is there's an extra sun pad cushion for the bow, and I've actually just put this onto the bed here to keep it out of the way, but Mr. Parker's decided to sit on it.
I have, and this is amazing.
It's a lovely spot, isn't it?
I could just sit here for ages just watching the world go by.
I love being so low, but with so much, you're so protected from the waves, but you're so close. It's really
cool. Something you can't, it's very few people get to experience things like this when true. You're got this sort of view in your own time, in your own space. It's amazing. The twin, I think it's the cleverest idea how they've done this twin setup.
Yeah.
It's almost one's levels higher, slightly higher than the other.
Yeah.
Getting these 2 twins in here, and it doesn't feel compromised.
Not at all. They're big cabins. They're really big cabins. I mean, as we know, you're 6 foot tall, and I think you've almost got standing height there, haven't you? In fact, you have. You've got full standing height.
Full standing height and a couple of inches.
That's really, really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, two really good sized cabins. Obviously, this is this is the infill that I mentioned about earlier that goes into that rear area. That's it, the outer cockpit infill, and then space here. Should the next owner wish to put a television, there's space there as well. So you've got all the
they've made all the alcoves, haven't they?
They're all ready to go, aren't they?
Yeah. So we come back up. There's a mirror here.
So we come back up, there's a mirror here. So you've got all the feet. They're all ready to go, aren't they? Yeah. So we come back up, there's a mirror here. So we come back up, there's a mirror here. So we come back up, there's a mirror here. So we come back up, there's a mirror here. So we come back up, there's a mirror here. So we come back up, there's a mirror here. So we come back up, there's a mirror here. So we come back up, there's a mirror here. So we come back up, there's a mirror here. So we come back up, there's a mirror here. So we come back up, there's a mirror here. So we come back up, there's a mirror here. So we come back up, there's a mirror here. So we come back up, there's a mirror here. So we come back up, there's a mirror here. So we come back up, there's a mirror here. So we come back up, there's a mirror here. So we come back up, there's a mirror here. So we come back up, there's a mirr and then back round. And say it's got a lovely feel to it. It just feels like you keep going.
Like the mirror.
Yeah, it opens everything up. Oh, there you go. I've trapped myself on a door handle there. And then back up into this beautiful space. So should we head to the Flybridge? So I'm going to say hi to the owner. So the owner of the boat's actually, he's at the helm today. So we'll just put our shoes...
We're at the good spot at Portsmouth Harbour as well, because we're going past the Navy Docks.
Perfect.
And just heading out towards the entrance.
No aircraft carriers in today. Normally we've got 1 or 2 aircraft carriers in. But
Actually, I mean, the walk around's really good on there.
Yeah, should we do that now?
Do you want to go up the Flybridge and then you can watch me walk around?
Oh, yeah, good idea.
I really like the walk around on it because there's also I like these little steps.
And the good grab handles all the way around.
Yeah, really
as well.
easy.
So we'll follow Jonathan here for a second and then I'll go onto the Flybridge.
We got the handrail as well along the roof, which is really, really good. And then walking around.
Right, so hopefully you can still hear Jonathan. I'm just going to go up onto the Flybridge now. Okay, so Jonathan is now on the foredeck.
Another spot to put my feet up.
And I can't hear what he's saying, so I'm hoping at this point that Jonathan, we can hear what Jonathan's saying.
Now this seat, I think we can see me here. It actually lifts, so you can actually sit up as well as we're going along. It's got 2 positions, and you can sit up, nice and easy. Oh, it's very comfortable. I like this. This is great. You wouldn't think it's February, apart from the fact I'm wearing a life jacket. Right, and good storage. Is actually, this side is actually just storage. So there's a few fenders in there, you can get your fenders away. It does have fender holders as well, which is really good. Anchor chain access is there. There's also a remote control in there as well, albeit that you can control the anchor from both helms. The infill cushion that was lying on in the rear cabin just goes in there. We've left it off just so you can get a benefit of the light when we're doing the walkthrough. But you can see the actual feet can lift on here as well. So you can actually have your knees up as well if you want to, or you can have it completely flat. Really nice place to be actually. Cup holders as well. And the walk round is pretty much the same width both sides. In fact, it is exactly the same both sides. And but yeah, that's about a boat. I think Andrew could probably talk you through the Flybridge.
No worries. So in terms of the Flybridge, you've got a lot of space up here, and I love the fact that every ounce of the Flybridge space is used. So this seat runs all the way back here. You've got an enormous table that in fact can be made even larger by lifting out this leaf here. But you'd comfortably get 8, probably even 10 cosy people around that space there. And yet you've still got space for one of my favourite features on a Flybridge, a cockpit grille. And then you've also got, just underneath here, more space, and there's another fridge at the bottom there, which is a pull-out, it's good beer fridge there, good beer cans in there.
Quite deep, yeah.
And really, really deep fridge. And it doesn't stop there. So on some Flybridges you have the option of either seat being sat down or sunbathing, but you'll have noticed when we showed Jonathan there, you've got this brilliant sunbathing access space here where you'd get a whole family sat up here having meals, chilling, and lounging around. And again, you can lift these pieces up here, so you can lift the backs up there, pop that into position, so you can really angle yourself to the sun. So I think it's an incredibly versatile Flybridge this. And we'll just say hi to Carl. Carl's the owner, who's our skipper today. And you can see the arrangement of the instruments again is really nicely laid out here. The IPS joystick separate from the throttles, which I like so you don't accidentally touch the throttles. I mentioned about the Fusion. This has got the Fusion RA770, so that's the top of the range Fusion sound system, autopilot controls and everything else you'd expect to see up here on a double helm seat. So you can sit there with a co-pilot and then have lots of friends lounging here. Mr. Parker's joined us again. So here
Hello.
he is.
I was just trying to figure this bit of seats out.
It's
Feels like you're in a ride.
That's right. Yeah, that's the fun seat. As Jonathan mentioned, you've got the latest Raymarine equipment on here. So you've got a Doppler 2, Quantum 2 radar, LED nav lights. This boat really does have a very, very comprehensive specification. And again, you can see these fantastic Fusion speakers all the way around, and courtesy LED lighting throughout the Flybridge and the rest of the boat. So I think we'll go back downstairs again.
We've done that.
And I'll just give a very, very quick last look into this space. In fact, what I'll do is I'll pass the camera back to Jonathan.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Just take my shoes off and I'll just have a little sit back up here. We can just watch the world go by. In fact, In fact, I should turn into a estate agent. There's a property. I don't know if you can see. If Jonathan spins the camera, there's a jetty that comes out from old Portsmouth. There's a little old summer house on it. Well, I wish it was, because I noticed that's gone on the market yesterday, £3.5 million. So there's a house there with a little summer house on a jetty. Yeah, £3.5 million.
There it is.
I've always noticed that coming into the harbour. There is no better visible space for a house. Anyway, back to the boat. I'll stop trying to sell houses. So, in terms of this boat, I think it is a really, really beautiful boat. In terms of style, in terms of everything that you've got, this is a current model, of course, the 460. So this boat, brand new, with a few options, is basically £1 million. So there is an enormous saving to be had on this boat, on a boat which is actually still under its manufacturer's warranty. So we hope you've enjoyed
Watching
this.
that sailboat go past.
So the sailing boat's more interesting than my ending, is it, John? I'll take a hint from that. Normally, that's a fair point. So we hope you've enjoyed this walkthrough tour. It's another walkthrough from Park Islands Boat Sales. We're delighted to bring this Prestige 460 to the market. Please remember, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to our videos, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one. I need to get ready now because I'm about to put the drone up into the air and capture footage of us flying around here. So I'm quite excited to see how this boat looks underway. So thanks as always for watching, and we'll see you next time.